inauguration.
The board, board meeting is now called to order. Trustee Brady.
Here.
Trustee Vogel.
Here.
Trustee Papantos.
Present.
Trustee Lang.
Here.
Trustee Kruger.
Present.
Trustee Vito.
Here.
And can I please have a motion to appoint Trustee Brady as temporary chairperson?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Trustee Vogel, seconded by Trustee Papantos. Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Vogel.
Yes.
Trustee Papantos.
Yes.
Trustee Lang.
Yes.
Trustee Kruger.
Yes.
Trustee Vito.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody need any new streets or anything, now's your time. Okay, welcome to today's meeting, May 1st, special meeting. We need approval of the minutes of the April
We
17th.
got to do roll call again
Why?
because it's a new meeting.
Well, not yet.
You
Not
do
yet.
You do the.
No, it's fine. No, we're
Oh,
good.
no,
on
I'm
the roll
sorry.
call.
You were
We're good on the roll call.
yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Correct.
Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of April 17th, 2017.
So moved.
Motion by trustee Mary Papantos. Second?
Wait.
Second.
Second by Ray Lang.
All right, then.
Roll call.
No, Trustee Vito. Who was it?
That was
Trustee
me.
Lang?
It's all right.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Next item is a motion to adjourn Sente Dia, which I've been told by our learned attorney, that's Latin for the last meeting of this group. So we'll need a motion to close this session
So moved.
Second.
by Mary Kruger.
It's made by Trustee Lang and Kruger?
Yeah.
Okay. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Before we do that, I did forget one very important thing. It was before my taking the seat up here. Would everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Honor God, forward, march. Very post. Post. Reset. Arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order, arms. Ready, face. Forward, march. That's it. I'm gonna go back to my chair and we'll continue. What are you doing now?
Swearing in.
Oh, you're swearing in of the new officers and president,
Oh, wait. I need a pen.
trustees. They're officers. They're not officers.
No. Sure.
With us this evening is the Honorable Judge Riebman, who will swear in our clerk first.
Wait, let's switch faces.
I've been telling around this village since I was a young lawyer. And that's a long time ago.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I,
I, Elaine Simpson,
having been elected to the office of village clerk
having been appointed to the office of village clerk
in the village of Wheeling,
in the village of Wheeling,
in the counties of Cook and Lake aforesaid,
in the counties of Cook and Lake aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
that I will faithfully discharge
I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of village clerk
the duties of office of village clerk
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you. President Parker.
Please repeat after me. I, state your name, having been elected to the office of village president
Having been elected to the office of village president
in the village of Wheeling,
in the village of Wheeling,
in the counties of Cook and Lake aforesaid,
in the counties of Cook and Lake aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of village president
the duties of the office of village president
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Repeat after me. I,
Ken Brady,
having been elected to the office of village trustee
having been elected to the office of village trustee
in the village of Wheeling,
in the village of Wheeling,
in the counties of Cook and Lake aforesaid,
in the counties of Cook and Lake aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United
that
States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of village trustee
the duties of the office of village trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Please repeat after me. I,
I, Mary Kruger,
having been elected to the office of village trustee
having been elected to the office of village trustee
in the village of Wheeling,
in the village of Wheeling,
in the counties of Cook and Lake aforesaid,
in the counties of Cook and Lake aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of village trustee
the duties of the office of village trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Please repeat after me. I,
I, Mary Ann Papantos,
having been elected to the office of village trustee
having been elected to the office of village trustee
in the village of Wheeling,
in the village of Wheeling,
in the counties of Cook and Lake aforesaid,
in the counties of Cook and Lake aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of village trustee
the duties of the office of village trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Don't be silent, I got to take care of that. Wait just a second.
Yes, we wait.
I'm supposed to wait.
We got to sign them.
Pass it down.
I'm back. Okay. Thank you.
Like to call the new board,
Yep.
okay. Like to call the new board to order. Roll call, please.
Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Vogel?
Here.
Trustee Papantos?
Present.
Trustee Lang?
Here.
Trustee Kruger?
Present.
Trustee Vito?
Here.
President Hooker?
Here. Changes to the agenda,
There are none this evening. Thank you.
proclamations.
Okay. Building Safety Month, May 2017. Wheeling is committed to recognizing our growth and strength depends on the safety and economic value of the homes, buildings, and infrastructure that serve our citizens, both in everyday life and in time of natural disaster. Our confidence in the structural integrity of these buildings that make up our community is achieved through the devotion of vigilant guardians, building safety and fire prevention officials, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, design professionals, laborers, and others in the construction industry who work year-round to ensure the safe construction of buildings. These guardians are dedicated members of the International Code Council, a U.S.-based organization that brings together local, state, and federal officials that are experts in the built environment to create and implement the highest quality codes to protect us in the buildings where we live, learn, work, worship, and play. Our nation benefits economically and technologically from using the international code that are developed by a national, voluntary consensus codes and standards developing organization. Our government is able to avoid the high costs and complexity of developing and maintaining these codes, which are the most widely adopted building safety and fire prevention codes in the nation. These modern building codes include safeguards to protect the public from natural disasters such as hurricanes, snowstorms, tornadoes, wildland fires, floods, and earthquakes. Building Safety Month, sponsored by the International Code Council, reminds the public about the critical role of our community's largely unknown guardians of public safety, our local code officials who assure us of safe, efficient, and livable buildings. Code officials, partners in community safety and economic growth, the theme for Building Safety Month 2017 encourages all Americans to raise awareness of the importance of building safe and resilient construction, fire prevention, disaster mitigation, and new technologies in the construction industry. Building Safety Month 2017 encourages appropriate steps everyone can take to ensure that the places where we live, learn, work, worship, and play are safe, and recognizes that countless lives have been saved due to the implementation of safety codes by local and state agencies. Each year, in observance of Building Safety Month, Americans are asked to consider the commitment to improve building safety and economic investment at home and in the community, and to acknowledge the essential service provided to all of us by local and state building departments, fire prevention bureaus, and federal agencies in protecting lives and property. It is hereby proclaimed that May 1st through May 31st, 2017 is Building Safety Month in Wheeling.
Mr. Jennings.
Thank you.
It is Municipal Clerks Week, so I get the privilege of reading the next proclamation. With us, obviously, is Clerk Simpson, but also Deputy Village Clerk Karen Carafa. Whereas the office of the municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world, and whereas the office of the municipal clerk is historically recorded as the oldest among public servants, and whereas the office of the municipal clerk provides a professional link between citizens, local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels, and whereas municipal clerks pledge to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all, and whereas the municipal clerk serves as the information center for community concerns and on functions of local government, and whereas municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the municipal clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and annual meetings of their state, province, county, and international professional organizations, and whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of the municipal clerk. Now, therefore, Pat Horker, President of the Village of Wheeling, do hereby recognize the week of May 7th through May 13th, 2017 as Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to Wheeling Village Clerk Elaine E. Simpson, Wheeling Township Clerk Joanna Gauza, and Cook County Clerk David Orr for their service to the residents of Wheeling, as well as to all municipal clerks for the vital services they perform and for their exemplary dedication to the communities they represent.
Thank you. Okay, there's one more. Peace Officers Memorial Day and National Police Week. There are approximately 900,000 law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States, including the dedicated members of the Wheeling Police Department. Nearly 50,212 assaults against law enforcement officers were reported in 2015, resulting in approximately 14,281 injuries. Since the first recorded death in 1791, more than 20,789 law enforcement officers in the United States have made the ultimate sacrifice and been killed in the line of duty, including Officer Kenneth R. Dawson of the Wheeling Police Department, whose end of watch was November 5, 1985. The names of these dedicated public servants are engraved on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. 235 new names of fallen heroes are being added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial this spring, including 135 officers killed in 2016 and 100 officers killed in previous years. The service and sacrifice of all officers killed in the line of duty will be honored during the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund's 29th Annual Candlelight Vigil on the evening of May 13, 2017, as part of the observance for National Police Week. May 15 is designated as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of all fallen officers and their families, and U.S. flags should be flown at half-staff. Therefore, Patrick Horker, President of the Village of Wheeling, formally designates May 15 to the 21st, 2017, as Police Week in the Village of Wheeling, and publicly salute the service of law enforcement officers in our community and in communities across the nation.
Chief Dunn.
Thank you, President Horker. I'm asking that Sergeant Kopecki of our Honor Guard accept the award on behalf of the men and women of the Wheeling Police Department.
No appointments and confirmations. Consent agenda. Citizens' concerns.
and comments.
Sorry about that. Citizens' concerns and comments.
Okay. Members of the general public may address the board with concerns or comments regarding relevant issues. The person submitting a petition, concern, or other comment shall be allotted 5 minutes to present their points and to state their name into the record. Mr. Neff?
Good evening. Steve Neff, resident, Village of Wheeling. I'm going to take this opportunity to reread the mission statement for the Village of Wheeling. The mission of the Village of Wheeling is to provide public services that support the evolving needs of and improve the overall safety, health, and welfare of our residents and businesses. As we're getting started with some new faces on the board, I always think it's appropriate that everyone recognizes the mission statement. Dear President Horker, congratulations on your ascension to Wheeling President. Chicago Executive Airport is a great asset to the Village of Wheeling, generating sales taxes, real estate taxes, and hefty user fees from based aircraft. At the same time, it can be viewed as a liability to the residents who live under the flight path to the north and south. A significant number of homeowners are impacted by the noise day and night. The environmental effects of having an airport next door include sleep disturbances, speech interference, task interference, impairment of classroom learning, and adverse emotional tranquility. Air pollutants are an additional concern. Over the last 4 years, I've studied at length matters concerning the airport. I serve as the Wheeling representative on the Airport Noise Committee. I've looked at the layouts and noise abatement procedures at other general aviation airports across the country to see where Chicago Executive Airport stacks up to its peers. And I would say that the airport has lagged significantly in this area. Chicago Executive Airport has not adopted measures approved and recommended by the FAA going back as far as 1992. One measure we have fought to have implemented is a 310 departure heading that would make noise over, which would take noise over industrial commercial areas of Wheeling. This would avoid the regular path over Holmes Middle School and the homes nearby. Anything to reduce flyovers is a win. I watch FlightAware.com regularly to see who's flying in late at night and very early in the morning. Charters based at peripheral airports use Chicago Executive as a loading zone for their businesses. Unfortunately, they are not likely to buy fuel here due to high prices, nor are they leasing hangars. They just leave us with their environmental impact. It is not the tenants of the airport that are waking us up at all hours. It is the restaging air taxis. Please take the time to grasp the perspective of residents who live near the flight path of Chicago Executive Airport. There should be a balance between growing the airport and the rights of the homeowners. We are hopeful that you can shape the management of the airport to better reflect a community approach. At stake is our quality of life, health, and property values. Thank you.
Mr. McGowan?
My name is Sherwin Began. I'm a owner and resident in Prairie Park. This weekend marks the opening of the renovated Wheeling Public Library. They've added additional space. They've gussied up the building. It's very pretty. And I'd like to express my personal opinion, not as an architect or an engineer, just as a citizen and a user of the library. I think the people of Wheeling got hosed. Big time expense on that library, and I don't see how we got anything worth what it cost. The members of the village board are residents of Wheeling, and I would invite them please to go over, take a look at the building as it is new, and especially those people who have been there before when it was not new, when it was the old building, and see what kind of matchup they could make. And I suspect you'll get the same impression that I did. At the same time, I want to use this time to request that the Board of Wheeling do their best to be penny pinchers. I mean, taxes in Wheeling are moving up every year, and remember, we're not in the North Shore. Thank you.
Yes.
That's it? Thank you. Staff reports, Mr. Janik.
I'm next.
Oh,
Yes, the Attorney General made a decision that you have to comply with the rules that are published. Unfortunately, Mr. Ferrolo has stated the rules are verbally differently than what are published in the municipal code.
They weren't verbal, Ms. Wilson. They're up on the screen. So they're not, let's be accurate, please. You have some difficulty with accuracy. Let's be accurate. Thank you.
Is it ever appropriate for an
Thank you.
attorney to quote law that's
Thank
not
you.
written in the code?
Let's be accurate, please. Thank you.
What's accurate, sir, is what is written in the code.
Please make your statement to the board, not to me. Thank you.
Are you the chairman?
You want to waste your 5 minutes talking to me? We can talk.
You're in a unique position, President Horker, to address some of the concerns for corruption that we've had. I am in possession of an email from Patty Coldabella, Vice President of Midwest Bank, that states that Dean Argyris paid off the funds for the loan for his home foreclosure on April 18th. I think that before we sell this Wicks property for $1 to the developer, we should find out where those funds came from. He foreclosed on his Chapter 13 bankruptcy and didn't have the money to keep up with his payments in January 8th, I think it was January 18th in federal court. He foreclosed on that, so I'm not sure how he came up with $200,000 3 months later, but I want to make sure that that's not to the detriment of taxpayers. So as village president, you have the authority to contact Sheriff Tom Dart. His website says that if a village official contacts him, excuse me, I'm talking, he can't hear me if you're talking to him when I'm talking. So as a village president, you have the
you have 5, I'm sorry, I was just reminding that you do have 5 minutes.
It's unfortunate you seem disinterested in that. I was hoping.
No, I was actually defending your right to speak.
Thank you. Thank you. So anyway, this is from a bank official, Patty Coldabella, Vice President, Special Assets Team Lead. And she says that the Argyris foreclosure was paid off. So I don't know where he got that money from, but I'm very concerned because we had Vogel and Mr. Hine that were very concerned about this new development. I don't know if it's related, but it's very concerning. And I think before we sell that property for $1, we should find out where he got the money for that. You can contact Tom Dart's office. If as elected official, if you pursue him, he will act as Inspector General for our village at the invitation if you were to provide it to him. And I hope that you do.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Okay.
Thank you. Staff reports. Mr. Janik.
Thank you. I'd like to remind the audience that there's a recycling event that's going to take place at the Public Works facility on the 13th of May. This is from 9 till 12. Generally, it's for household appliances and shredding. We have information on the website that you can peruse at any time. Just want to make a reminder statement for that. I've also been asked to say a few words about the rain event that took place this weekend. Wheeling received approximately 3 inches of rain in about a 30-hour period from Saturday afternoon through Sunday night. And the village was able to deal with that rain event. And I would just like to say a few words about that. First of all, our appreciation goes out to the board who has consented to allow funds to be paid toward projects that have helped the stormwater situation in the village. A few of them are the Jackson Drive a lift station that was installed, storm sewer pipe that was installed on the east side of Dunhurst 2 years ago, another 72-inch storm sewer that was placed in the Strong Street area, among others. These projects, water in Wheeling doesn't just emanate from one location. It moves around, generally speaking, from north to south, west to east. All these projects help the flow of water. The second thing I'd like to say is that maintenance, the mundane maintenance of our existing system, which we've had new focus on, cleaning pipes, cleaning catch basins, using equipment to do that, has extracted substantial amounts of debris in our system, allowing those pipes to now flow in a much more efficient manner. Particular pipes are a pipe from Jackson Drive to Longtree Basin, a storm sewer pipe in Wheeling Road. You might have noticed that Wheeling Road did not close this rain event. Typically, that road would have closed. Last year, we had a subcontractor come out and clean for probably 8 days, working days, some of the storm sewer pipes in Wheeling Road, which had been filled with gravel and soil. The third reason would be our personnel and the equipment that the village board has allowed Public Works to purchase, particularly the divisions of utilities, streets, and fleet, all on a daily and weekly basis. Clean streets, debris, keep machines running, and those are the major reasons why we have been successful so far. Now, I want to warn you that 3 inches of water is not 5 or 6. Other storms can be coming in the way, but we are, with added investment that I think you've already approved in some way or fashion, such as the Wheeling Road storm sewer, additional equipment through SURF, we're going to further improve our system. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Janik. Consent agenda, Madam Clerk.
Okay. Consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the village board and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member or citizen so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered after all other agenda items. 14A is an ordinance declaring a surplus and authorizing the disposal, recycling, or auction of municipal property owned by the Village of Wheeling. 14B, resolution appointing a director and alternate directors of the Solid Waste Agency of Northern Cook County. Item 14C, ordinance amending Chapter 4.32 of the Village of Wheeling Municipal Code, alcoholic liquor dealers, specifically Section 4.32.085, to decrease the authorized numbers of Class D4 licenses. 14D, resolution authorizing a Memorial Day parade from Wyland Road and Illinois Route 83 McHenry Road, traveling south to Lexington Drive and terminating at AMVETS. Item 14E, resolution authorizing the village president and village clerk to release the utility easement at 290 Larkin Drive.
Any concerns?
So moved.
Mr. Lang, second.
Second.
Oh, it's Lane? Okay, wait.
Yeah, second was Mr. Brady.
Mr. Brady? Okay. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. We have no old business, new business? Sorry.
No, that's okay. It's a
Public hearing?
public hearing. Public hearing request for Cook County Class 6B property tax exemption from Helms Performance Group Incorporated, contract purchaser.
Should we just go right to the resolution or contract?
Yeah, we can read them both and then
Okay, B is.
ask for questions,
want me to
close the
repeat it?
hearing.
Okay. 16B, resolution consenting to Cook County Class 6B real estate tax assessment for the property located at 290 Larkin Drive in the Village of Wheeling, Illinois.
Mr. Malenefi, do you have anything to say about this?
Thank you, President Horker. Economic Development staff received a Cook County Class 6B property tax incentive submitted by Helms Performance Group, the contract purchaser of the 100% vacant abandoned property at 290 North Larkin Drive. And Helms will acquire, substantially rehabilitate, and lease the subject property for occupancy by a related entity, Chris Industries Incorporated. Chris currently leases an approximately 12,000 square foot facility in Northbrook, Illinois. The relocation would accommodate its growing business requirements. They've been in business for over 40 years, manufacturing custom architectural metal roofing products and distribution of metal roofing material. The subject property at 290 Larkin is comprised of approximately 20,200 square feet, situated on a nearly 60,000 square foot site. The applicant has budgeted the cost to repair and improve their roughly 32-year-old property in preparation for occupancy to be approximately $104,500. The proposed work includes racking installation, electrical updates, warehouse lighting replacement, new compressors, piping installation, new alarm system installation, office and kitchen remodel, and other general maintenance. The property's been vacant and 100% abandoned since March 31st, 2015. Since the period of vacancy is greater than 24 contiguous months, and there would be a purchase for value, this application qualifies for the standard Class 6B. Chris Industries estimates $28,500 in sales tax revenue would be generated from the product sales. They would transfer all their operations and 7 permanent employees to Wheeling upon occupancy. The company plans to add 3 to 4 new positions in the near term and an additional 5 to 6 employees in the next 5 to 10 years. 10 to 15 temporary construction jobs are projected to be created during the rehabilitation. Village staff has reviewed the application as summarized and recommends approval of the Class 6B property tax classification. If anyone has any questions, the applicant is here once the public hearing is closed and so forth.
Thank you, Mr. Milanofi. Any questions?
This is a public hearing, so members of the public have an opportunity to speak as well.
Anyone from the public concerned? No questions. I would look for a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Mary Kruger,
Second.
second. Trustee Papantos.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Comments, motion to approve first and then comments, right? Mr.
Motion to approve item B, the resolution.
B.
Correct.
Okay, who said?
So moved.
Mr. Vogel, Trustee Vogel, sorry.
Okay, and then,
Second from
I'll second.
Ray?
Ray?
Mr. Trustee Lang.
okay.
Questions or comments? I'm
No.
sorry.
Now we take the roll call?
Depends who's,
Well, you're taking a motion to approve. I guess if anybody had any questions.
They would say so.
Yeah.
Okay. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
yes.
President Horker?
Yes.
Okay. 13C. Resolution approving a land bank parking covenant for the Phil Haven multifamily housing development at 2418 East Hints Road.
Mr. Jennings.
Thank you. The original approval of the Phil Haven development carried with it a requirement for a land bank parking covenant to be recorded. The covenant has been prepared for execution, but does require village approval per the consent decree and settlement agreement where the site plan approval for the building originated. The terms of that draft covenant were originally included with the settlement agreement. Since the original settlement agreement, there have been modifications to the terms of the covenant, specifically with the quantity of land bank parking, which was reduced due to a reduction in the village code requirements, as well as a reduction in the escrow amount associated with the land bank parking. At this time, the developer and property owner has prepared a covenant for execution. However, there is a third change that's being requested. The request at this time is the reduction of the term of the escrow payment associated with the land bank covenant from a term of 20 years down to 5 years. The village attorney and the staff have reviewed this. We believe it is consistent with the intent of the original approval, and you do have a resolution in front of you tonight. We have one item that we'd like to bring to your attention. There are 3 sections in the resolution. We're adding a Section 4. Section 4 would reference a issue that was recently brought to our attention as a result of the recent rain event. The village has observed a drainage issue on the north property line. We've been in contact with the developer. They're in agreement that they're going to work with the village to resolve it. However, we want to make sure that the momentum toward resolving it carries forward in the next few weeks. So we're adding a Section 4 that states, "The covenant shall not be recorded until the drainage along the north property line is analyzed and corrected to the satisfaction of the village engineer."
Questions from the board?
Just have one.
Mr. Vito?
Andrew, isn't their storage, their comp storage underground there, like under the parking lot or something, that I remember?
Yes, they do have a storm vault underneath the parking lot.
They just had a hard time getting drainage to it, or do you know what's causing the flooding?
There's a drainage structure to the northwest along the property line in an easement area, unrelated to the function of the storm vault. The village engineer has been out there meeting with their engineer to try to determine exactly what's caused it. And like I said, we've been in contact with them. They're in agreement to work with us to try to analyze it and resolve it. But at this time, it's relatively new, and we do need a little bit more time to work with them. And so far, they've been very agreeable to do that with us.
All right, thanks.
Any other concerns?
Just a quick question. Is there anyone from Philhaven here?
Yes, they do have a representative.
Okay. Well, maybe you can answer this. Of the
Come up to the podium.
Hi, come on up. So the number of staff that you have on now, is it fully staffed or is it partially?
So there's 2 full-time staff members that are there at all times.
Okay. And then how about the occupation or the occupied residents? How many are in the building at this point?
We have 48 tenants living there right now.
And just to get a feel for how that parking is all going, how many of those folks drive?
So out of the 48 tenants living there right now, 29 have a vehicle that they park at the facility.
Is that a little more than you anticipated, or?
No, that is in line with other developments that are like this and what we anticipated.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Any other concerns? Mary Papantos.
Thank you. You have 48 residents. Is in how many units?
There's 50 units available. 48 of them are occupied right now.
So 48 units are being.
Correct.
Thank you.
Motion, no more questions. There being no further questions, I would look for a motion to approve with the addition of Section 4.
So moved.
Motion, Trustee Lang, second Trustee Papantos. Roll call.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Harker?
Yes. Item 16D.
Is resolution accepting and approving a publicity bid contract with Peter Baker and Son Company for the 2017 motor fuel tax street improvement program in the amount of $779,720.52.
Mr. Janik.
Thank you. This is an annual program, project that Public Works undertakes on city roadways. We're recommending the board approval of this $779,720.52 contract with Peter Baker and Son. This was a publicly bid contract. We had 9 bidders. The roads that are going to be improved include Capitol Drive, the roads in and around Capitol Drive, numerous streets in West Meadowbrook, and numerous streets in East Meadowbrook. We do have this contract came in under what we thought it was going to be, so we do have extra monies to spend on roadway improvements this year. we're trying to work out another contract with this same contractor for additional work in East Meadowwood.
Thank you. Questions from the board?
So moved.
Motion, trustee Brady, second. Trustee Kruger. Roll call.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Item 16E.
16E is resolution approving the final plat of subdivision, current address 351 West Dundee Road, docket number PC 17-3.
Mr. Ferrolo, please.
Thank you, President Horker. Before the board this evening is a resolution approving the final plat of subdivision that will allow the subdivision of the former Wicks property and the vacated Northgate Parkway into lots 1 through 10, which will help to establish the town center. Following the recording of the plat of subdivision, various lots will be conveyed in phases. The first phase to be conveyed will include lots 1A, 1B, 1C, 9, and all of the various common areas. Following that construction, or maybe even during that construction, the developer will come to the village for the conveyance of the other retail pads. But this is the final step necessary prior to conveyance of the land.
Questions from the board? Hello? Evening. Trustee Papantos?
Hi. Good evening, Mr. Friedman. I've noticed a lot of work going on. Can you give us a real brief update of where we stand and what's going?
So the work that's going on is consistent with what we've talked about in the past, a lot of site work, preparing the site, demoing the foundation, getting ready to undercut the pad for the foundation of the residential building. We can't actually pour the concrete and start the construction of the residential building until we close on the loan proceeds per requirements from our lender. But we're doing everything we can to get the site ready so that when we do close on those loan proceeds, the site will be ready for us to commence construction.
And when do you expect to close?
We anticipate closing on the loan proceeds the end of this month.
Great. Thank you.
No problem.
Any other questions? I would look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Vogel, second. Trustee Papantos. Roll call, please.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck. Official communications. Clerk Simpson.
Oh, I'm going to be first? Okay.
Or,
No, I could be first.
okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you.
It is National Clerks Week.
Okay, thank you.
Well done.
Okay, Wheeling Police Crime Watch meeting will be held this Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Do you want to know what is really going on in Wheeling? Is crime up, down, the same? Now is the time to find out. Wheeling Crime Watch meetings are held on the first Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. at the Police Department Training Room at 1 Community Boulevard in Wheeling, Illinois. Area crime statistics are reported, citizens' concerns are addressed, and methods to resolve these issues are discussed. Meetings end with an informational training topic presented. All members of the community are invited to participate in these open meetings. Please call the Crime Prevention Unit at 847-459-2994 with any questions you may have. And on another note, the Wheeling Garden Club will be holding their annual flower sale on Saturday, May 20th from 8 to 12 in the Circle by St. Joseph's the Worker. So if you're planning on buying flowers, please consider coming there on Saturday the 20th. A lot of the gardeners that belong to the garden club divide their perennials, and they sell their perennials at a very good price. So it's really a really good deal. So please support them. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Do we have any other comments?
I do.
Trustee Kruger.
Thank you. Thank you, Pat, known more formally now as President Horker. Welcome back to public life, and congratulations to you and yours.
Thank you very much.
Mary, Ken, and Elaine, I am glad that the voters chose for us to come back together. I would never call campaigning fun, but it was fun to do it with each of you. Ray, Dave, and Joe, I'm just throwing some love your way so you don't feel left out. I am looking forward to the work for Wheeling that we all will do together this term. I have one other announcement regarding Relay for Life, Mount Prospect and Wheeling, that is certainly sponsored by the American Cancer Society. It will be held at Wheeling High School this year on Saturday, May 20th and 21st from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Whether you are a cancer survivor of 30 years or you're a new patient, we invite you to celebrate the community of survivorship and provide hope for a world without cancer. We encourage you to bring your friends and family to celebrate as well. RSVP as a survivor or a caregiver by clicking Join This Relay at www.relayforlife.org/MPWIL. That is it, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Trustee Kruger. Anyone else? Trustee Lang?
I just want to congratulate you, President Horker, and the rest of the board. And Mary Papantos, this was your election. You won this election. Congratulations.
Let's not bring it back.
Thank you. That's all I had.
If he says so.
I object to Brad saying no. Yeah, go ahead. No, come on.
It's,
I mean, whatever.
yeah.
President Horker wants.
No?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Anyone else on the dais?
Yeah, I do.
Trustee Beadle.
Well, congratulations, President Horker and Mary, Ken, and Mary. Looking forward to a new chapter. I think you got to up your parliamentarian skills, though, a little bit, and we'll get it rolling.
I actually have a question about that, yes.
Yeah. But congrats, welcome on the board.
Thank you very much.
Mary Papantos.
Mary Papantos. Trustee
Thank you.
Papantos.
Thank you. Thank you to all the voters and everybody who came out tonight, and congratulations, Pat, and to the rest of the board. I'm sure we'll all work well together, and it should be a great 4 years, I hope. Thank you to community development. I've noticed a lot of work being done at 43 West Dundee finally. They're putting in their landscaping that they promised us over a year ago. So it's good to see, and it was also very good to see that the Whitley is moving right along. It actually looks like a building now versus amount of grass. On a personal note, the Wheeling Circular comes out every 2 months. My neighborhood is notorious for some reason. We don't receive them. So if you did not receive your circular, please stop by the Village Hall and pick one up, because I understand I'm not the only neighborhood that never got it in the mail. Thank you.
Thank you. There's no, Trustee Vogel.
Thank you, President Horker. Congratulations to all. I don't know if any of you know, but Pat was on the board for how many years, Pat?
About 16 years.
16 years, 2 as president, and back at it again for another 4. So congratulations and good for him.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations to the other newly elected. We've developed ourselves as quite a team. I believe that'll continue. We have work to do. There's a lot of work been done, but there's a lot of things that need to be finished over the next few years. And I think if we all hang together and work hard at it, be for the betterment of Wheeling. So looking forward to working with all of you again for the next few years. So thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Vogel. If I may, I do look forward to working with all of you. There's been some wonderful projects taking place. There are sheets of rain falling, and Mr. Janik is still here. He hasn't been called out to run the pumps somewhere. It's truly testament to some of the work that's been done here in the past. I'd like to thank everybody who voted in the last election. About 12%. Not great, but thank everybody who voted, regardless of who you voted for. I have nothing else to say, Mr. Spondilis.
Nothing other than to congratulate you and the other trustees that won this election. I look forward to working with all of you, and congratulations.
Thank you, sir. We have no executive session tonight. I'm sorry.
Approval of bills.
Approval of bills. Madam Clerk, keep me in line.
And wasn't that cake out there for a little celebration?
I was going to mention that afterwards, but yes, there is cake for everybody to congratulate all of the newly elected officials or re-elected officials.
A motion.
Can we have a motion to approve the bills?
So moved.
Second.
Motion from Mr. Lang, second from trustee Kruger. Roll call.
Oh, I got it covered. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. And now, there is no executive session tonight, so I would look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Wait.
Motion,
Wait. It's not, okay, now you can do it.
I love that.
motion trustee Lang, second.
Second.
Trustee Vogel.
Roll call.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Thank all of you for coming. There is cake and in the lobby, and thank all of you for your participation this evening.
Oh, yeah, do you want to sign these now, or are you coming in again to sign?
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.